Hey guys, so I like to, of course, start every morning with my cup of coffee. I am thinking about switching over to green tea, but for now, coffee is my best friend. And the hardest part for me about doing coffee is picking which mug to use because I have so many, which I know you've seen in videos. But I'm kind of feeling like being an amazing woman today. I love the Bible scripture on this one. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with that. Now, I know you do see some coffee left over. That is for my sister. I tend to make enough for both of us. That way she doesn't have to come and make her own cup a little bit later. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my egg scramble. And I normally start this process by just cutting up everything that I want to put in there, all my veggies. So here I have some mushroom and some spinach, some avocado. I do have a container of pico de gallo, which has like the onions and the tomatoes and parsley already cut. But if I didn't, then I would definitely be cutting it up at this moment as well. I like to cut corners where I can save time. I save time. So yeah. And the avocado is good going in it or waiting until the end. It's kind of your personal preference. But I don't really cook my veggies that far down or that well, so it's fine. Now this is the meat. I'm just going to add some of this. I already had some from a previous package, so I'm just cutting up more because I want a little bit more in there. And we did switch to beef. I was eating turkey, but my kids actually prefer the beef sausage. It's smoked sausage, and so do I, so we've just switched back over to beef smoked sausage, which is so delicious. I just love adding this to almost everything that I eat for breakfast. I do cook my meat in a different skillet, number one, because it's got a lot of fatty oils in it that come out once you start cooking it, and I don't want that mixed in with my eggs, and because my mom's vegetarian and she'll probably eat some. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some toast in, and I am not cutting back on carbs that much. I definitely want toast. So this is just like a new loaf that I've been picking up at Vons that I really like, and it's nice and thick but still light. And I'm making two, but I'm not sure if I'm going to eat both yet. So in my other skillet, I'm just going to add some olive oil, and then I am going to go ahead and get my eggs and crack them straight into the skillet to let them start cooking. I used to put them in a bowl and add like milk and stuff, but my kids actually told me they prefer the way their uncle makes it, which is this way. I had to go ask. So I've just started putting them straight into the skillet and cooking them. And as you can see on the top of this video, the meat is still cooking. So I'll just stir that occasionally so it doesn't burn. It's not on super high heat, although I know it looks like it is. But if you want to cook it faster, you can just adjust your temperature or your heat, basically. So I'm going to add some seasoning to my eggs, which I keep it really simple, like garlic and probably onion. Yep, there's the onion. Powder, not salt, because I don't like a lot of salt. But by all means, if that's your preference, you just season it to whatever you want it to be. And I like to let the eggs kind of start cooking up and break the yolk, of course, because it's a scramble. And I normally let the eggs cook a good amount before I start adding things in. So they've already cooked some, as you can see, and now I'll go ahead and start adding in all of my veggies or whatever else that I might have gone ahead and prepped to put in. And if you're not going to use meat, the mushrooms are a really good meat alternative. So even though I have the meat on the side, if you're not going to add the meat later, like my mom who doesn't because she's vegetarian, this will be a complete meal for her, like kind of right now. So you just stir all of it together to your liking. I like to make sure my eggs get cooked very well, which is part of the reason why I cook them halfway before I add anything else in, but I like to keep my veggies kind of crisp so they're not overcooked. I am adding black beans because I just love black beans. Like I can eat black beans for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so they're in there. If I had some brown rice made, I probably would have thrown that in there also, but I didn't have any, so this is kind of just what I have. But by all means, you can add whatever you want into this to make it delicious. Again, you can leave the avocado to the end or put it in now. I like it in now. So that's it stirred up, and that's the meat already finished and cooked. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add the meat into my own personal bowl. That way whoever wants it or doesn't want it can have it. And then I'm going to add some cheese. It looks like a lot, I know. I'm trying to cut back. And some sour cream. But the dairy is good, and I'm 30, so my bones have kind of hit their peak. So I could definitely use the dairy for the calcium. And I have have one toast here, but I did go and get the other toast. Yes, I ate both, but I'm going to try to cut back on toast too, or just have maybe just one, but not right now. So that's pretty much it. I am going to grab my coffee to throw on there or throw in with this, and that's breakfast. Thanks, guys.